Ryan, you got the CCTV footage?
I got the flashlight.
You put that up?
Right here.
No?
Trying to see what's over there. I can't see it.
You don't see it?
No, something's over in the shadows though.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's crazy. Ryan, you didn't get a glimpse of it?
I still don't see it. Hold on. Let me pull up my telescope.
He's more of a Loch Ness monster guy, that Ryan.
Mbumbepke?
Mbumbeke?
Yeah. Is the Congo dinosaur, Chris?
The one you referenced the other day.
Yes. Still can't pronounce it.
The one that we don't know exists or not because you simply can't pronounce it.
Can't pronounce it, so it doesn't exist, I guess.
I guess it did.
So I guess someone might call it my blind spot.
Oh, really? You should step out of the shadows.
Maybe I should.
That'd be helpful.
It might help.
Yeah. Ryan, what time are we going on today? Around now? No? Soon. Oh, we're live?
Oh,
We're live. Ryan, play the music. Ryan.
Do you love me? Do you need me? Do you want me?
whoa, that was fun.
Woo! And we're live. Welcome to Quarantining
With the Chris's.
I'm your host, Chris.
And I'm your host, Chris.
And we have a very, very special times 38 edition today. Thank you for joining us. If you can hear us through our walls, if there is a consonant, vowel, or a number, or possibly even an underscore in your name, we appreciate you joining us today. We had someone saying, holy shit, you guys are still at this. Kudos.
Wow, I love some kudos right now, Chris.
Apparently, Throwback Thursday American Girl had no idea we were still on air.
Wow. Well, we are. We're here.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We appreciate it. It's a special edition today, Chris.
Special edition today, Chris. It is a Shadow Wednesday, Chris.
Oh, Wednesday. Shadows? It's pretty bright here.
It is bright out today. We did our florals.
We did.
We do kind of match.
I put deodorant on. Ryan, thanks for putting that deodorant on before the show for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ryan has one job today, and that's to make sure that I smell good.
Oh, he's succeeding, Chris.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Quite a successful day for him.
Appreciate that. We got a special PSA.
Oh, yes. Please wear your masks and practice physical distancing.
I think what he's trying to say is please stay the F away from people, and please wear an effing mask. If you're in New York City, you're going to get fined $1,000 soon if you don't wear one. There's a reason for that. Everyone's going to have a bad time if you don't wear one. So if you are going out and gallivanting anywhere across the world, please be safe. Please stay away from people. And please just do the right thing. Maybe we could talk even about the debate and Biden just keep talking over each other the whole time. I think people would want to watch that.
The debate
Wait, the Biden debate?
Yes, I would.
We were the Biden debate about Trump. You want to talk about you don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea. Chris, I've never had any idea what I'm talking about. So yes, we do agree on this one topic.
If you had watched the debate last night, it was difficult to get through, and we decided not to talk over each other as just a sign of unity here and during these harsh times.
Yeah. Speaking of these harsh times and these current situations, Chris.
Sure.
Let's shout out our podcast.
Oh, we have a podcast?
Yeah, to bring some joy and levity during these times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And a little bit of education.
Education in the mix,
I like
too.
education.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stir it up.
Stir it up. Ooh, darling. Stir it up. Check out our podcast all across the podcast universe. On the, what's the one that is a fruit? Apple?
Yes, the Apple Savant.
Oh, Apple. Geo Savant in India, Jai Ho. Namaste to all our friends there. On Spreaker. We're on Google. We're on iHeart.
Amazon.
Deezer. And soon to be Amazon as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. It is a special day today in the podcast world.
Is it?
Yes, Podbooking had mentioned it is International Podcasting.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah. Ryan, you got the studio audience today?
Wow.
Here's us. We have a podcast. There's over 80 episodes. Not all of our episodes are on there, unfortunately. But if you don't want to look at our faces and prefer to listen to us, check out our podcast.
Yeah, kind of like our moms.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you for joining us again. Quarantine the Chris is live in Los Angeles. We do this every day that ends
In Y.
but does not start.
With S.
Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, or 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yes, MST.
Yeah. We have a community cause all week, and that is Operation Period.
Yes, Operation Period is a grassroots, youth-led nonprofit working to create a world where menstruation holds no one back. Founded by our guest yesterday, Manju Bangalore, Operation Period is dedicated to addressing menstrual inequality by providing advocacy, education, and services to those in need.
Operation Period ensures that every person who menstruates has access to products, facilities, and a bright future for just $3, $3 US, not one, not two, but three,
Wow.
which is less than a cup of coffee, I believe, most locations.
Yes.
You can provide a month's worth of menstrual products to someone. Go to operationperiod.org on the World Wide Web, or at Operation Period on Instagram if you're on that, or if you're on YouTube. What was the other one? The one, the Twitter, with the long Periscope.
Oh yes.
Twitch?
Oh, maybe if we saw if we had the Periscope, we could have seen that movement over there in the shadows.
There was a lot of shadow movement over here.
Awesome.
Ryan, it was a giant furry creature,
It
whatever.
was. Yeah, luckily we are sponsored today, Chris.
Oh, we gotta pay the bills.
By a Mega Bright flashlight shining light in the shadows, Chris.
Mega Bright flashlight, is it actually work?
No.
No, doesn't even work.
No.
Shout out to Mega Bright. You don't come with batteries, and we don't appreciate that. Ryan, can we get our guest on, please?
Maybe we can shine the light on.
Ryan, we need anyone on. Yeah, they're in the shadows. They're possibly coming out. We have no idea where they are. Ryan, anyone? Anyone, Ryan?
Who's underneath those masks?
Oh, wow! Fun fact, Megan, at Chronicles of Sasquatch, these are actually Neutrogena. These are a gift. They're Neutrogena like acne masks, and they burn your face if you wear them for too long. But we had to take the masks off. What do you know about wearing a mask?
I know a few things. Wait, does that really help with your skin? Because I need one of those.
Honestly, I think it just makes you. We've worn it for we used to have dance parties that we should start again on Friday nights sometimes during the quarantine. And if you wear it too long, it just gets really hot, and then you just break out.
Yeah, so I think it's actually the opposite effect of it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I know a little bit about that. When I used to wear mine, I'd get really hot too. I have to take it off every 5 seconds to breathe.
Yes, how does one breathe in the mask?
There's two little holes in it, but it's not enough. There's also a mouth hole, so when you're dancing really hard, though, it gets a little tough.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds difficult. Have you ever worn a mask on top of the Sasquatch mask?
What do you mean?
Like
a
N95.
No, I don't think so. I've just worn the Sasquatch mask.
I feel like the Sasquatch mask is definitely an N95. I think Dr. Fauci actually said that if you're wearing a Sasquatch mask, that you can't spread COVID-19.
That's what I believe.
I see what you're saying. You mean the mask that
Yes.
everyone's supposed to be wearing right now?
Yes.
Okay, I see where you're going with that. She did it one time for a music video because we were trying to follow the rules, but also look slay it with the mask on.
Ooh,
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah, so you know a thing or two about slaying, and also the Slay Queen, Beyonce. What is your favorite Beyonce song?
I love Sorry. Sorry is probably one of my favorites. You guys know that one off the Lemonade one?
Yeah, I can't. I don't know the words, but I can pull the rhythm.
Okay, wait. I have a really good story about this. When Homecoming first came out and I watched it, I cried while watching it. And how Beyonce made me feel was when I got in the mask and made my first music video was right after Homecoming, because I wanted to make people feel how I felt when I watched Beyonce, which was straight power. And so that's why I did the first music video that I did with Beyonce. Well, to her song.
To her song.
Not with her.
Fun fact, Megan, our guest yesterday, Manju Bangalore, had actually got cast in the Beyonce Brown Skin Girl video and told us a story yesterday that she had no idea that actually it was even for Beyonce. She just got a last minute call to hey, you want to do this video? She's like, okay, cool. And she shows up and signs the NDA, and she's waiting around. And then she's for an hour, and she's like, oh, who's this for? They're like, huh? You don't know who this is for? She's like, I have no idea. I just got a call. I came down. They're like, it's Beyonce. You're in a Beyonce music video.
So she's in it. If I go watch it, I can see her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. That's like something I'm trying to manifest, is be in someone in like Beyonce's like the background of their music video.
Well, here we are, putting it out there.
Yeah.
Making it happen. Which, by the way, I wanted to say that I love that you are two men and that you're talking about periods and menstrual products. Thank you, both of you. I love you so much.
Oh. We appreciate you. Everyone, check out Operation Period on Instagram. Doing great work there. I have never had a menstrual cycle, but I know that it's not the most enjoyable process, and the taboo and even the tax we learned yesterday. There's tax on tampons in 20 different states, which is ridiculous. But they're doing great work globally. And you're doing great work, not just dressing up in a Sasquatch costume, that Chronicles of a Sasquatch, but also with something in the shadows.
Yes. Some alchemy?
I'm a little bit of a shadow alchemist. Yes, I am. And I did it through the Sasquatch. But basically what I did with Sasquatch was create from my inner critic, which I dubbed her as my inner monster. And then instead of letting that voice inside of my head run my life, I decided I was going to change my relationship to that voice and become her and become that inner monster. And then I'll use her as my fuel to get where I want to go, which now I was able to quit the job that I didn't like and start my own business because of freaking Sasquatch.
Oh, see?
Wow. Who would have known that a Sasquatch sighting would have led to your own business?
I know. Capitalize on those old, remember those old photos where like when people used to take pictures of the Sasquatch and they'd be blurry? So I decided I was going to get in the Sasquatch, but this time I'm ready to be seen in all of my glory.
I love that. Wow. We're on live with Meghan at Chronicles of a Sasquatch on the Instagram. If anyone has any questions for Meghan or wondering why she's not wearing a Sasquatch costume right now, you can ask below in the question mark box. It's very difficult to see it in the comments as people are fast and furious. Someone says the best alchemist, someone that has a bullet, and a light priest insight says it's amazing. I love it. It's your mama. We appreciate all of you joining today. What was that process like, though, in not only just becoming a Sasquatch, but deciding, like, hey, like, this job isn't for me. I need to be my true self and step out of the shadows?
Yeah, it's almost like I had a spiritual awakening in March of 2016. And after I had this spiritual awakening, where what I basically mean is that I just kind of woke up in a reality, which was my reality. But I looked around at this reality I created, and I was like, why? None of this is who I actually am. What have I been doing my entire life? It was almost like I was living my life according to somebody else's belief systems and somebody else's like ideas on what success was. And I was quote unquote successful as a single woman that was making, decent amount of money in corporate America. But I was like, why do I feel so dead inside? Like, why is my body stiff? Why am I not creating anything? And that's when I decided to go within myself of, if this isn't the reality that I want to live in, then what is the reality that I want to live in? And that is where I found shadow work and voice dialogue, which is now what I'm a facilitator of. And I went inside of myself because I realized how powerful my beliefs were and how powerful, what I was thinking on a daily basis was. And it started this beautiful exploration of my internal world, which the more work we do internally with ourselves, then my outer reality started to shift and reflect my changes back to me.
Oh wow. And that all started with a little gargoyle, is that correct? And hypnotherapy?
Yeah, I did a hypnotherapy session, and I was just having a lot of distress and discomfort in my gut area in my stomach. And I went to a hypnotherapy session, and when he put me under, and I think I was in a beta state, and I saw this gargoyle that was just hanging out in my stomach, and I was like, who are you? What is this? And from there, we removed it, everything. I felt good in my body for 3 days. And after 3 days, it came back and I felt this awful sensation in my body again. It was this heavy sensation. And I kept saying, no, the gargoyle's back. And I tried to get rid of it. I tried to meditate it away. And that's when I went into my mentor and I was like, why can't I get through this? I don't feel good in my body. I don't feel good expressing myself. And he looked at me and he smiled and he was like, but you are the monster. So why are you trying to get rid of it? Why don't you change your relationship to the monster and dance with the monster? And that's when I was like, oh my God, I got the idea. And I went on a road trip with one of my best friends and I was doing this walk. And if anyone's been following me for a little while, you've probably seen this goofy walk that I used to do. but it was so reminiscent of a Sasquatch. And then we were just like, okay, we're going to change this gargoyle from a Sasquatch, and that's what I'm going to become to like alchemize this whole thing.
That's amazing. But you decided to take the mask off recently. Was that a decision that was a long time coming, or did you always have that in the works that you'd eventually show people who you really are?
Yeah, so the point of shadow work isn't to become your shadows. It's not to become my inner monster. At one point, I wanted to integrate everything, and I wanted to show my face because the whole point of it all is not to stay in the shadows. It's to integrate it back into light and back into who you are. So I knew that I was going to show my face. It was just a matter of when. And I got the intuitive hit after I started feeling so safe in my body and started feeling really good in my body that it was time that I could show my face and feel comfortable and confident enough to speak my truths without the Sasquatch mask. So I'm not getting rid of the Sasquatch just yet because we're still in the integration time. And I want to make sure that I honor and I want to, show everyone like that our shadows, these parts of ourselves just want to be loved and seen just like our confident parts and our happy parts. And the more that we just bring them up and play with them and bring them up into the light of awareness, the more they just transmute back into our power.
That's great. Yeah.
That's powerful. I guess, how does one go about like finding their shadows or searching inside oneself to see those dark places? Yeah, do we?
So with the intention, also with shadow work, sometimes that it's good to get a coach, and I'm not like selling myself right now, but there's a lot of shadow workers out there.
You're allowed to, Ryan.
Because someone already said you were the best one.
Yeah, and Ryan actually is confused because Ryan thought the entire time that you were Bigfoot, and now he's actually a little. You crying? No, he's not crying. Sorry.
I love Ryan. I have a Ryan too. My Ryan's over there as well. Yeah, so basically your shadows are just another word for the unconscious mind, or, which I love what you said, Chris, the blind spots that we have. So sometimes we need someone on the other end. We need a mirror to reflect back to us what our blind spots are. And it's kind of just with the intention, having the awareness in the intention of you wanting to get to know your blind spots. And also a great way to find out what your blind spots are is what patterns are happening in your life over and over again that you say that you don't want. That is such a good way to figure out what your shadows are, because if you say that you want something, but it's not coming, or you keep attracting something else, that means that a shadow limiting belief is at play there. And so that's a really great way to sift around and figure out what your shadow beliefs are.
Wow. And you, this is breaking news. Ryan just put it up with a teleprompter. Apparently you're offering a course coming up, in a couple weeks?
Yay, in like 3 weeks, and on October 19th.
Nice. And what is that about?
So it's called Masks Off, and I just got the intuitive hit one day. There's probably about 2 months. Yes, I love it. There's probably about 2 months when I wasn't really getting any creative juices flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I surrendered into it, and I said, okay, I guess this is just where I'm at. And I received this amazing idea, and all it said was masks off. And I knew exactly what it was for. And basically, this is a way that I'm creating community, and a really amazing way to heal shadow beliefs of ourselves and like to show up just to be seen is to join a safe community. And I see my girls right now that are joining in from my current Shadow Alchemy group. But basically it's just so beautiful to have a safe community, especially women. I mean, having men in there too is amazing. But usually I attract, you too. I would totally allow you into my group.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Appreciate that.
But basically it's to show up and be seen with belief systems that we haven't told anyone that we have, or these repetitive thought patterns that we have, and to show up in community and group and to speak those aloud, and knowing on the other end no one's going to judge you in that group is such a powerful way to move through these beliefs. And it's almost like once these beliefs see the light of day and they're spoken out into the ethers, they're like not yours anymore. Our beliefs aren't ours, and it's such a powerful way to transmute these repetitive thought patterns and limiting beliefs that we have.
Wow, that's quite powerful.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And we touched on masculinity and femininity a little bit. Like, how do they tie into each other? Is it based on gender?
No. So when I speak about masculine and feminine energies, it has nothing to do with what your like biological gender is that we all have masculine and feminine energies within ourselves. And like the most basic, and I mean the most basic way to describe this, just because we don't have like 3 hours to talk about this. It's a whole
We could if you really wanted to. Ryan, we got time? We got nothing else to do. It's a quarantine. We're stuck inside together for 7 months.
So basically, masculine is consciousness. And that is like, that's what masculine is consciousness. It's depth, it's present, it's logical, it's thinking, it's in the mind. And the feminine is more flow, intuition, in the body, feeling. And we were born into a world that almost honors the thinking mind and the logic. And that's how like a lot of us interact and connect with each other is through the mind. But what a lot of us are missing is connecting through the heart space and connecting and being in our vulnerable state. And that's what I do a lot of work with my one-on-one mentors and the women in my shadow alchemy group is I get them comfortable in their vulnerability to see that it's powerful and not weakness. We've been totally conditioned to think that vulnerability is weak, and that is not the case at all. And that's why I call myself an alchemist, is because an alchemist used to turn perceived metal into gold. And so I look at the parts of my life that I would perceive as metal. Oh no, my shame. At one point I had a lot of shame, and my shame still comes up, but I thought that was bad. Like, I can't tell anyone that I feel shame. And I've learned that my shame is quite literally my biggest gift. And now that I've given a safe space for my shame, now I lead women and I create safe spaces that anyone can show up in their shame, in their happiness, in their confidence, in their sadness. But I wouldn't have been able to facilitate these groups if I didn't first meet my own shame and have love and compassion for my own.
That's amazing. And I hope this isn't too offensive to you. Ryan just reminded us. He said it was a shame about your painting job that he saw on YouTube from a few months ago, about a year ago. He said you didn't exactly do the best job. He said you got more paint on yourself than on the walls. Could you talk about that experience of painting your Sasquatch costume?
Yes. Oh my God, I love that you guys looked that up. That was one of my favorite videos, is that video. Because like what I wanted to create from that, it was like this discomfort I felt in my body, like I mentioned with the gargoyle. And how can I alchemize this and turn this into my power with something I felt so awful in my own body. And I used to be a bodybuilder and used to have an eating disorder. So I've had a long history of battling with my own body. And that video was a way to like alchemize and step into my power and almost turn this like fire feeling I had in my stomach and in my womb. And I was like, how can I just radiate power from this? And that one was one of my favorites because that Katy Perry Roar song, like that gets me in tears every single time. But it was so awesome to like cover myself. And I used, everyone asked, they're like, did you ruin that suit? I already made a hole in that suit. So we used old suits for that one.
Wait, you have, there's more than one suit?
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
There's right now I have two. The woman on Etsy that made my suit, she actually, I think at one point, I think she got annoyed with me because she was like, I'm done. No more. Don't write me anymore. And I was like, well, what do I do? So I have one with a hole in it and then one that's fully intact and still usable.
Oh. Speaking of writing, one thing that stood out to us is you write love letter. You write letters to people who write to you and guests. Like, how did that start out?
So at the beginning of my journey, which is, thank you for reminding me. I feel like I still want to get into that, and I want to write more letters. It's been so long since I've written my last love letter.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to receive it at the Quarantine Quarters here, 480 Rosecrans Ave, number 4, Manhattan Beach, California, 90266. But anyway.
Okay, it's coming. Like, this letter's coming for you.
Wow.
So, ask and you shall receive.
Oh.
So with my love letters, when I first started this whole journey, like, I just wanted to, what I saw in the world, and I was like, this world needs more love, more compassion, more art, more creativity. But instead of sitting on my couch and complaining about it while eating Cheetos, I was like, why don't I just become the change that I wish to see in this world? And if I want to see more art and I want to see more creativity and love and compassion, then why don't I just do that myself? So my love letters were a way that I wanted to almost like throw a kerplunk like out into the field of consciousness out there of like, here's my way. I don't know how else to do this. So let me just start writing love letters to strangers. And like, it had one of the most amazing impacts. One woman, I didn't realize she had like stage 4 cancer. And she wrote back to me and was like, you have no idea how much this letter changed my whole circumstance by receiving this from you. And that's when I was like, holy crap, this is so powerful that I was able to impact somebody like that. So that's why they kept going. But I haven't done them in a while. I need to do them.
So do we. We used to write them too. So this is a reminder for all of us.
Yeah.
We should blame COVID, right? Anything you don't do, you're like, oh, it's COVID's fault. You're like,
I love a good scapegoat. COVID's the best scapegoat.
yeah, Dr. Fauci said anything goes during quarantine, so.
Yeah, you're like Mr. Fauci. You're Dr. Fauci over there.
Mr. Yes,
Mr. I'm probably more like Mr. The doctor is.
The doctor, not quite there.
No, almost.
The medical certificate is in the mail, actually.
Yeah, handwritten.
Yes.
That'll come with the love letter. I'll send you my certificate of doctor too when I send you the love letter.
Oh wow!
Wow.
You have a certificate of doctor.
Mm-hmm. I have the certificate. I'm a doctor in the certificate of doctor.
A quarantine with the Chris's first. Play the hook. There we go.
Oh my god.
One thing that connected with us. We'll be quite frank here. The last week was kind of a little tough over here, and you had mentioned you had like a picture of you with just your hair out in the bed, just all vulnerable. Can you talk about just like accepting that and also society's relationship with happiness?
Yeah, and I love that you brought that up because one thing when I wanted to step out and do whatever I was doing was that I wanted to show up authentically. And even when I have some of my one-on-one mentorees, at the beginning, they'll put me on a pedestal and they're like, I just want to let you know that I'm nervous because I'm putting you on a pedestal. I want to get to where you are. And I'm like, no, I want to squash that. Like, I'm a human too that's going through her own stuff. And although I'm aware, it doesn't mean that all my problems are like, they're not non-existent. And I want to like squash the belief that like you're getting somewhere, that we're all trying to get somewhere. And I think for a while I looked at some of the Instagram accounts that I followed and I was like, they seem so happy all the time. And that's where I want to get to. And so it made like where I was at not okay. And that's why I want to show up as authentically, not just on the good days when I'm like slaying life, making music videos, but I want to show up on the days where I have a heartbreak and I'm actually really sad and I'm processing something. And it's okay to be in that place of sadness. It doesn't need to be anything that we need to fix. And so my mission now, it's like, even in the spiritual community, I look around and I'm like, there's still these masks on of just, oh, we have to show up in love and light all the time. And like, we just have to talk about that. But I don't want to be a part of that. Again, I want to be the change I want to see. That I want to show up even when I'm in my mess or even when I'm in a heartbreak, and I want to share that experience. So what I teach my clients is not like, you're not getting anywhere. What we're getting is meeting the present moment with love and grace. So even if it is sadness or heartbreak, it's, can I be okay with that? And can I feel that? And can I honor that?
Right on. And just like, as a friend, like seeing a friend go through something like that, how does one hold space for someone to just be in their feels and feel that way?
Yeah, that's such a good question. Just even you saying holding space is nobody in the history of ever needs any fixing or saving. Everyone is perfect exactly as they are, even if they're showing up in complete mess, chaos, disarray, that they're exactly where they're supposed to be. And I think when I really let that beliefs like set into my being is that everyone is exactly where they're supposed to be, that you almost want to just hold a space and let them like have a safe space for them to process exactly what they're going through. And for a while when I would say things or where I was at, people tried to fix me, and that almost made me feel like something was broken or wrong. I shouldn't be feeling this. And the more we just hold space and allow someone to be exactly where they're at, that is healing right there. Like, we don't even need to do anything. That's healing.
And speaking of, we got a yes, preach it. Someone asked actually for a love letter. We'll send you a love letter. Light Priestess Insight. Someone said, God bless you two for supporting the gay community. We support everyone here on Quarantining the Chris's. And Normarelliano, that's the exact pronunciation, I'm sure, said, thank you, Megs. You're an inspiration. You're an amazing leader with a bunch of emojis.
Oh, she was in my last Shadow Alchemy. Hey, Norma, I love
her. Go ahead.
Yep. One question we like to ask, I guess, we're going off the leaders and you're running Shadow Alchemy courses. Like, where do you go? Like, where do you go to learn or to still grow?
So, are you asking me personally? Like, where do I go?
Yeah. Like, who do you go? Who do you reach out to? Like, when you're still when you're as part of your journey, I'm growing.
Yeah, so I have coaches and I'm in groups. I'm in women's groups and I have a one-on-one coach myself because I think coaches need coaches. Space holders need space holders themselves. And I always have a team that I love and that I trust, dear sisters of mine, that when I hold space for the women that are in my life, and then I have women that hold space for me when I'm going through transitions or when I'm going through my process. And that is what has helped me so much, because this journey of self-growth, it never stops. And I'm so devoted to my work, and I'm so devoted in raising consciousness in this world, that I'm always going to keep doing my own personal work, because the more that I do and the deeper that I go, then I can hold a deeper and bigger space for the women that are a part of my groups and my mentors.
That's great. And I guess the one thing that you work with these women is not for them to go buy a Sasquatch costume and have wonderful photos from @SassPhoto all across the internets.
That was a good shout out right there, my girl Sass Photo.
Yeah, everyone follow @SassPhoto.
No, so my whole purpose is not for them to go and literally become their inner monster. Although if they want to, they totally can. What my purpose is and why I do what I do is because I want women to step more into their creativity, their full self-expression. And I want them to step in and be dripping creativity. And if they want to speak a truth that they're afraid somebody else on the other side might judge them, that they can still step through that fear and speak that truth anyways, or share that poetry, or share that dance video that they wanted to share. And it's more of like them stepping into their creativity and their full self-expression more than like putting on a Sasquatch. That was just the way that I decided to do it. But the women in my groups now, they're doing poetry, they're making videos of, the spoken word, and then like making these beautiful artistic expressions. And I'm like, that is what I'm here for, and that is why I do what I do.
Forever Aligning said, I wasn't ready until she was ready. XOXOXO, we ready.
Wow, we ready.
That's my girl Mary. She's in my Shadow Alchemy group right now. All my girls are in here.
Right on. Speaking of ready, I hear there's going to be a video of your journey. There's going to be a chronicling of the chronicles of a Sasquatch coming up.
Wait, you can chronicle the chronicles of...
I guess so.
Oh my god, yes. We're like totally inceptioning in that, even with just that. Basically, yes. This amazing woman reached out to me 9 months ago, and she was like, I resonate so much with your story. And she is in Fort Collins, Colorado, and she is doing this final project for her film class, and she wanted to do it on me. And she was like, from this, like, you'll get a 10-minute mini documentary of your story. And I was like, oh my god, of course. We met with each other, and now we're like dear sisters. She did my last Shadow Alchemy program so that she could experience it. And so we are like 3/4 of the way done. We just have one more film day, and then that's going to be done probably around like Thanksgiving, Christmas. And then of course I'm going to share it with everyone, but our hearts have poured into it. My mentor, the man who took me under his wing when I had my awakening, is going to be in it, and he just explains this so perfectly and so potent and so good that this whole video is going to be amazing.
So we could possibly expect it to be under the tree this year, because is Santa still allowed to come into homes? We haven't got over
We
this.
haven't. No, this is our first time.
Shit, we never thought we'd get to the Christmas, so I guess we...
Yes.
Yeah, it has to come with the mask on.
Yeah.
Sasquatch mask on.
A Sasquatch mask.
Yeah. See, he's giving you ideas here in the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you put an extra S in Sasquatch. How did that come about?
Misspelling.
Because she's sassy. I was like, we're going to do SASS, and you kind of see that it's a woman's figure underneath of it. So I wanted people, I was just going to bring the woman Sasquatch into the whole paradigm of Sasquatches and let everybody know there's a powerful Sasquatch, sassy Sasquatch woman that's changing the game for Sasquatch land.
Ooh. Wow. And HD too, and not blurry. Is there this is a little off topic when we were talking about, but is there like a community of other people who dress as Sasquatches or just love Bigfoot in general who reach out to you about Bigfoot? Like, are you becoming a Bigfoot historian now?
Yeah, there's like a lot of them actually. There's like a Sasquatch that plays the saxophone. He's actually like has like 120,000 followers. Was on Tosh.0.
Really?
Like him and I have texted before because we're like, I want you to come here, like play your saxophone and I'll dance to you. And then there also is another conscious Sasquatch that like teaches meditation, and that Sasquatch and I have become like I love that Sasquatch because I'm like, oh my God, you're like spreading the same kind of message I am.
That's amazing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Does anyone try to jack your suit from the same woman on Etsy, or are they different variations of Bigfoot?
No, no one's tried to jack mine, and that woman closed her shop down, so nobody gets that suit anymore. Not even me. Nobody.
Wow.
Wow.
So it's not even gonna make it to the wall to be framed then. No, you actually have the last one made.
I have the last one made, and that's why I'm trying to like have that thing in perfect condition. So when I put it in the shadow box, the shadow box.
Ooh, shadow box.
In my office, that thing is not being touched unless like I need to punch through it and it's time to put on my cape.
Yeah.
How much has the show What We Do in the Shadows inspired you?
Wait, what did you say?
Have you seen What We Do in the Shadows?
That is literally one of my favorite New Zealand movies ever.
I never saw it.
It's a movie and it's a TV show too.
But the movie is 10 times better than the TV show.
That's
it's always like that. There's no more original ideas. They just take movies and they make TV shows. That's
what we're here for. We're here to spark creativity, Chris.
Well, there's a movie coming out about Meghan at Chronicles of Sasquatch. Where's our movie? Ryan, where's our movie?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I'll send my Ryan over to meet with your Ryan.
Oh, perfect.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yes, we can have our Ryans have connect.
Yeah. Our Ryan does absolutely nothing, so hopefully your Ryan can whip him into shape.
Mine doesn't do much either, but I'll tell him to do that.
Oh, we can have a ripple effect.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Can you talk about what would you like your ripple effect to be?
As in, like, what do I want to put out into this world? Have that, like, throw a rock out into the field of consciousness out there. What do I want that ripple to be?
Yeah. Oh, skipping a rock is great because you get multiple ripples.
Ooh, I like that. You know, I've asked myself that question a lot. I think it was Gary Vee. He was the one that proposed this, like, the first time I heard it, where he's like, when you're 90 years old, it was like this meditation I did because of him. And it's like, when you're 90 years old and you're on your deathbed and you ask yourself, did I do it? Did I do what I came here to do? And then answer that. And then that's when you get to go back in present time and then either change the way that you're living your life, or if you answered what you wanted to answer and you're on that path and you're good. And I just wanted, what I answered in that meditation was, I want to leave this place better than I found it. And if I do it as a dancing Sasquatch that's holding space for women and making them feel seen and heard and letting them step past their own limiting beliefs so that they can go express themselves fully, then that means that I made this world, I made their life, I made this world a better place than when I stepped foot in it. And so that is what my drive, my why is am I making this place better than I found it? And we need a lot more people that are having that mindset, and that are having, like, them just stepping more into their power and in their truth. Like, if you just look at our world, I know that you guys were talking about politics and last night, like, we need more people that are just taking the power in their own hands, visionaries and artists and creators and people that want to change paradigms and change, like, literal structures of this planet. We need more people that are doing that. So that is what my why is, and it was to free myself first and then give those gifts to any other woman or any other man too that's resonating with my story.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that. And so do two other people. We the Pointy People, ooh, love that. And Kevin R_Brown, a former guest and Patreon member of the program, patreon.com/QWTChrises, says, I love this answer. Ripple activated. Ooh,
I like that. Ripple activated.
Yes.
I feel like I also like quantum jumped there for a second. Like, I felt like I was like 90 years old there for a second, looking back on my life. But I've also like had those questions, like, actually, like, within this past week. But like, what do I want to, like, when I die? Like, what is it? What do I want to know? I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, this is such a good question to ask. Of like, did I do it? Did I do the thing that I wanted to do? Whatever that looks like for you. My answer just happened to be, when I came on this planet and I was born into this whole thing that we're doing, did I make it a little bit better of a place than when I left? And that was really like what stuck home to me. So I can send you, Chris. I got a meditation for you that I'll send to you.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow.
Thank
Both
you.
Chris's.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, perfect.
Oh, great.
We'll do it in the shadows.
Yes.
What does Sasquatch do in the shadows?
Ooh, that's the only fans.
Well, Sasquatch dances a whole lot, but what she's trying to do is everything that's in the shadows, she's trying to excavate and bring forth so she can free herself of all of her shadows and then free other people in the process of it too. And since we're on this subject, I want to remind everyone, because shadows get such a miscommunication or a bad rep that like it's darkness, but darkness only exists when there's no awareness on it, when it's not brought up and seen in the light of awareness. Once it's seen and it's consciously seen, it like dissipates. So that is what a lot of my work is bringing these subconscious beliefs, these shadow beliefs, and seeing them, loving them, witnessing them, dancing with them, and then they dissipate.
I like that.
It's a good segue to our sponsor of the day.
It's time to fix our hair and thank our sponsor.
It says Mega Bright, but might as well be Megan Bright. You just are like a flashlight, just shining a light on all the shadows.
I love that.
Oh wow!
Was there a time, and we're QWTChrises on live from Los Angeles with Megan at Chronicles of a Sasquatch, all the way in Denver, Colorado, the Sunshine State?
Sunshine State.
Sunshine
yes.
State, yeah. Close?
No, we have more sunshine than Florida, so honestly, we should be called the Sunshine State.
You heard it here first. Rocky Mountain, Ryan. Get it right. Was there a time when you put on the Sasquatch suit in the beginning when you're like, I don't know if I feel comfortable in this, like I can go outside, like and be seen in that suit? Was there like a grace period where you're like, I'm good with this, like I don't care what anybody thinks or says, like this is me and this is what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, there was a grace period. Like when I first had the idea and was like, I want to get in this Sasquatch. I want to express my movement through dance. I want to express my truth. But in that, I still had those beliefs inside of my head. My inner critic was still pretty loud of like, this is the dumbest thing ever. You're literally, I was like 30 years old. Or like, you're 30 years old, you're about to get in a Sasquatch suit. Like, this is the weirdest thing ever. And so I took like 9 months off because I still was working through my own shadow beliefs, these own like repetitive thought patterns that were happening. So I took about 9 months off, and then I did this like self-growth seminar, 3 days, this intensive self-growth seminar. I had like this huge pop-off moment and was like, oh my God, this is so powerful, and I need to get back in the suit and do it with intention. And the whole thing changed in about a year. I started a year ago. Since a year, I've grown my account to 11,000 followers and like was able to quit my job and start doing what I wanted to do in the first place. And it was because I got in the Sasquatch with like intention and fire burning in my soul.
See, that's why are we doing that?
We gotta have intention and fire.
Oh, where do we find it?
I don't know. Maybe we can get it at the Mask Off virtual course, Chris.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll send you guys a personal invite to that.
Oh wow.
So it's a girl. You get a +1 to the wedding if it's Chris. Wow. Wow.
We're going on a road trip, Chris.
Fun fact: haven't you been a +1 to a wedding that I've been invited to before?
I've been +1 actually only to weddings you've been invited to.
There you go.
Those are the only ones I've been a +1
I've taken 2 guys platonically as +1s to weddings before because people were like, "Oh, we didn't actually invite them, but they're also invited. Can you just take them because you get a +1?" I'm like, "Sure, I don't care."
My best friend and I do that too. We're going to a wedding and she's my +1. And I was like, okay, you're coming as my +1.
Oh, wow. Speaking of, you're going on a little East Coast journey. Is there any videos we can expect from you out there?
Yes. So I'm doing my first video as me, Megan, in my human Megan suit for the first time. And I'm doing it in a special place, which I kind of want to keep on lockdown, but it is going to be in a very special, very known place that everybody knows.
Ooh.
And I'm going to do my first, like, true, real video in my Megan human suit. So, yes, that's coming. And October 12th is when that's going to drop.
Oh,
wow. We already have a date. Oh, we have 12 people watching, so in October, it's 12 people.
It all aligns somehow, Ryan.
It all aligns somehow. Somehow it makes sense. Not quite sure how yet, but it does.
It does. Just trust that it does.
Yeah. We the pointy people said, "Oh my God, God."
Ooh.
I think that's what the G stand for.
That sounds like a new Lady Gaga song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh nah,
Gaga,
nah,
Gaga.
oh
Gaga,
nah,
Gaga,
nah,
Gaga.
nah, oh nah.
Oh, yeah. You just nailed it. Hit it. So good.
Well, thank you.
So what else should we be expecting? Obviously, in October is a big month with the Mask Off course and your travels. But through the end of the year, and into next year, as we're almost in 2021 somehow already. What should we be expecting from Chronicles of a Sasquatch?
All I have on deck is my 3-month deep dive that's starting in October. This documentary that's going to be made a whole lot more music videos with a whole lot more fire, because now I get to express. I make really awesome faces when I dance. That's what I'm known for, my mystique faces. So now that you can actually see my face when I dance, there's a whole lot more music videos coming. And then because of COVID, I love doing live events, but that's, on pause for right now. So whenever this whole thing does what it does, I don't really even know, or if it will go, I don't know.
Whenever our moms tell us it's over, is when it's over.
That's when it's safe to go outside.
Yeah, so that's what I have coming, is just virtual courses. And now that I'm getting more and meeting amazing women online, and starting my own sisterhood, that I really want to do co-creative projects with them, because I'm friends with now a lot of powerful women that I know are going to help change the paradigm and change this world, that I want to do a lot more co-creations with them.
Perfect.
Wow. Yeah. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah. Yay. This was like so much fun hanging with you two today. I just love what you guys are doing, and I love your energy so much, and this has just been so fun.
Thank you. We've had a lot of joy over here too.
Yeah. Thanks again, Meghan. We appreciate you and your time, and we'll be following your chronicles both in your human suit and in your discontinued Sasquatch suit as well.
Yay. Bye, Chris. I'll talk soon.
Bye.
Bye, Meghan.
Bye, guys.
Wow. That was Meghan at Chronicles of a Sasquatch with 2 S's. Oh, there's a lot of S's and all of that. If you can't spell Sasquatch, just take a guess.
5 S's.
Well, there's 5 total.
5 total S's, wow. Yes.
That was Meghan at Chronicles of a Sasquatch on Instagram. Check her out for basically just to feel good dance. I mean, we originally saw her like when we started this show back in March, and we loved her videos and loved her content, and we're like, oh, she'll probably never be on our show.
True story. Probably actually, this might be my the biggest like what is that called when you see someone that you've been looking up to for a while and haven't known the program.
Starstruck. Just like these kids in this Target ad right here.
Yes, these Target ads.
Because Brian decided to mess with the background. But yeah, everyone check out at Chronicles of Sasquatch. And if you'd like to be part of her Mask Off 3-month course, please check it out. I think the link is probably in her bio. If it's not in her bio, just send her a DM. She'll probably respond.
And maybe even send you a love letter.
Ooh, love letters.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to get back to that, Chris.
We should.
Yeah.
All week, our community cause is Operation Period. For just $3, everyone, you can provide a month's worth of menstrual products to someone who bleeds. Go to operationperiod.org and $3. $3.
Yes. Yeah.
Is there anything can you even buy anything for $3? There's nothing at Target that's $3.
I think you can get a stick of gum for $3 at Target.
One stick of gum.
One stick.
Like the old Wrigley.
Yeah.
Or bazooka. Like the one that comes in the bag and you chew it like 3 times and then it's flavorless.
Yeah. Remember those gums where it was like you pull out a piece of gum and it was like it zapped you? It keeps on playing.
The one we were just in Mario Kart Loop. The one where like you pull it and it's like a little mouse trap.
Yeah, it's a little trap. Yeah.
Well,
it was nice, like getting out of the trap today, Chris.
It was wonderful, and getting out of the shadows with Meghan at the Chronicles of Sasquatch. But we do have to pay the bills one more time.
Yes. Well, I guess it's Target for now. It's on loop. It's not going anywhere.
Nope.
Mega Bright, shine the light.
Light bright, light bright.
Ooh, no, that did love it.
We should get that. Ryan, can you put that on our Amazon cart? Don't ask the smart speaker. She'll just start blurring out whatever. We have a very special guest tomorrow. It was going to be a mystery guest, and as our background got ruined by Ryan recently, it's going to be a friend of the program. She's been on twice to talk about the travel industry. A very tipsy woman, the Tipsy Traveler.
The Tipsy Traveler's come on. Wow. Oh, she actually donated a year's supply.
Yeah, only $3 a month.
Only $3 a month.
Yeah.
She paid the $36.
To Operation Period.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, we'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Deuces.
See ya. end the show.